Hello, everyone. This is Melanie with Lightbeam's Treasure. It is Wednesday, December 16th. It is Hump Day. Okay, so for today, we're going to talk about stories in retail, but I'm taking it from a different perspective. I'm going to talk about what is going on right this moment because I know I'm not the only one that's affected by this, but as you know, the Postal Service is completely at a standstill. Packages are just not arriving at all. And on top of this, you now have a major snowstorm that is going to basically be happening on the entire Northeast side. So I easily see more delays. I have a package that is supposed to be coming from New York. Delivery time, and it was priority mail. So delivery time, it should have showed up here on Monday. Did not show up here on Monday. It's still in New York. So I am worried once they get hit by the storm, I'm not going to get this package for a long time. Meantime, this particular package I am really waiting for. But we're going to see what happens. So obviously, because of all the postal delays, I am starting to get a lot of not so nice letters in the mail. A lot of return requests, a lot of customers who are trying to technically take advantage or abuse the system to their advantage and either get partial refunds, get to keep the item, open up cases. So basically, I'm taking one thing at a time. I first send out a letter that, of course, there is a delay. I then open up a Find My Mail case. Generally speaking, between 3 to 4 days, if you open up the Find My Mail, it will start some movement with the package. Generally speaking, I take that number, the case number, add it to the opening and the opening of the case that they put against me on eBay, and eBay is extending their time by 10 days. So all I have to say is cover your bases because as long as you keep engaging with the customer, you won't have to give up the money unless it's actually lost. And I'll be honest, for this year, I've only had two packages officially lost. Only two. So every other case, and I mean, I'm telling you, I've had like 40 cases open against me for missing items. As long as I follow each and every one of those steps, never had a problem. Customer got it on their end, and it was fine. And of course, that has nothing to do with me. That was a postal error. I get all my items out the next day. They are out the next day. They're in. What happens to the item after that? It's on the post office. But then again, it does reflect my business. So we know the cha-ching sound all the time. Every time I get a cha-ching, I get happy. I'm like, ooh, a sale, and I gotta look it up. On the other end, when you get that little wah, wah, wah sound, I don't even know what kind of sound it is. I'm just gonna say wah, wah, wah. When I get that sound, which means I'm getting a message from eBay as opposed to a sale, I almost cringe having to open up because generally speaking, if I open it up, it's either going to be a complaint or it's going to be a return. That's the only two items why I get that sound, and the fact that I get those sounds quite a number of times is aggravating. I am a DVD store, and you know something? People are using my store as a rental system. That's all I have to say. It's a shame, but that's one of the reasons why I turned to free shipping, free return shipping, and all that other stuff. Simply because there's too many returns and there was too many strikes against me, and people don't want to have to pay. So I'm taking the brunt of the returns, and that's probably my downfall. But at least they're not closing my account for all the returns. Strategy? Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, so I got a little no sound the other day, and you know something? It wasn't a negative letter. It wasn't a horror show. So I want to read you this letter because I think it was actually quite beautiful. And when I read it, I almost burst into tears. I don't know why. Like I guess I was just anticipating for hate mail, but instead I got something else. So she writes, Hi, I just picked up my mail and got my order, and I love it! Exclamation point, big exclamation point. Thank you so much for the absolute amazing care you put into your packaging. I have bought other books, and none has been as carefully packed as yours. I will definitely check out your store if I'm looking for other books in the future. I'm going to leave a glowing review when I get home. Have a happy holidays. I, of course, thanked her, and then she wrote a follow up. She says, I sell here too. I always put extra care into my packaging, and so many times I've ordered things that were just tossed into the super thin plastic bags. But I really thank you for your packaging. It did not go unnoticed for sure, and thank you so much. Have a happy holidays to you and your families, and make sure your loved ones are staying safe. Cheers. Something that really made my day. I mean, even with this Moments in Retail, people are more likely to complain than they are to compliment. And it's almost like when we finally do receive a compliment or we receive good notice, it's going to affect us even more. And you would think, because obviously, if my store was such a bad store, eBay would have shut me down constantly a long time ago. But what I'm saying is, when you always get people giving bad reviews and bad feedback and bad letters, but then the moment they're like, something, they send a letter. Because I'll be honest, the whole feedback system, even though my rating is over 99%, the feedback system is a joke. I mean, I automatically leave feedback as soon as somebody pays because I don't have the time and energy to go in each one after they pay and say this, this, this. So I let eBay do it. But on the other end, I've done 1,700 transactions already. And out of that, I'm only at a feedback of 800, which means half of my people don't even bother leaving me feedback. And something, I'm not going to pressure them. I'm not going to hound them saying, leave me feedback, leave me this. I don't care about the feedback. But what I meant by getting genuine feedback is she took her time out of her day to write a letter to me to thank me for my packaging. And for those of you who don't know, I do sell books. In fact, I started out as a bookstore before I started selling DVDs. And what I do, my method is I wrap it up in plastic wrap first, and then I'll either put it in brown paper, in a poly bag, in a bubble envelope, or I'm now doing the box in the bag trick, depending on what type of book and this and that. Her particular books, it was a very flimsy adult coloring book, one of those really extravagant ones. I ended up putting it between two cardboard pieces first, then wrapped it up in plastic, then wrapped it up in the brown paper, and then sent it off her way. Still medium mail. It works wonderful. It stays. But my tip for that is always wrap things up in pallet wrap because it protects it from the elements. It keeps it in place. It prevents it from slipping in boxes. So that's my technique. And I was really genuinely surprised that it went noticed. Now, unfortunately, those are the good emails. I've been also getting bad emails. And the number one emails I've been getting is because of the postal delays, they want to return my items. I offer free, fun, fast, whatever eBay calls them, fast returns. All they basically have to do is press return. eBay will automatically accept it. It doesn't even go through me. They're automatically going to get anything. All they have to simply do is print out the label, which I already paid for. So once they print it out, I get deducted and slam it on the same packaging or whatever packaging and send it my way. That's all I have to do. But you know something? I'm getting letter after letter of people who want to return, but then they say, I can't get my printer to work. No. Well, you know something? When I ever had to return, I would go to Staples, I would go to Office Max, I would go to the library, I would ask a friend, ask a family member. There's so many ways you can print a label. So the fact that I'm getting these responses that I can't get my printer to work. In fact, one person says to me, why don't you just give me a partial refund so this way we don't have to deal with this? Nope. That's giving me even more reason that they need to print out the label, slap a label on it, because they just not only want a partial refund, they want to hold on to the package. So, nope, I'm asking them, no, we have to follow eBay's policies. Please return the item. I mean, I'm going to play hardball like this. I'm curious, you as a seller, are you just refunding people left and right? Or are you standing your ground slightly and following the procedures of what eBay says. Because, like I said, with all those cases that were opened up against me in regards to the delayed shipping, I have never basically lost a case. There was only 2 items that were lost, and the only reason they were lost is A, I received notification that they were lost, and B, I finally got the items back through the post office because the machine shredded it and they didn't actually have the address of the person it's going to. It came back to me because it was destroyed. It's literally like they took the item and it went through a shredder or something. It was bad. Hey, that's what happened. Lost damage. All covered by the post office. Speaking of which, I don't know if anybody has been doing any type of insurance claims with the post office. They are not approving them. You need to go step by step, bring the broken item in, have the postmaster fill it out. It is a nightmare. So they're no longer doing instant approvals of these things, which is kind of sad. So they're making it difficult for people. I even had a case in which I challenged and I lost the challenge, which is a shame because there clearly was negligence on the post office part and they won't acknowledge my case. But I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, this was just a quick moment in retails. I just wanted to actually smile because I finally got a letter from somebody who is happy with their product as opposed to somebody who's angry with their product. But every day there's another story. So with this, I want to say to everyone, be safe if you're up in the Northeast area where they're going to get snow, and just have patience. The holiday season is almost over. We're at the halfway mark of this month. So let's just get past December and then on to January. New year, new beginning. This is Melanie, the Light Beams Treasures. Take care.